Can't be by you all the time, but you're on my mind. You see that you are one of the special, incredible people in my life. I know I'm gonna make you.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy MTZKING, and I'm back on your screen. What's poppin', everyone? Hope everybody's having a great night. It literally is 11:49 p.m. Like I said, this video was requested from some of y'all. Some of y'all wanted my opinion on what do I think about hickeys. And I guess because a lot of y'all seen y'all seen on some of my old videos that I had hickeys, or like y'all noticed like on pictures and stuff. And y'all wanted to know who's ever made me the most hickeys. Well, obviously the one who made me the most hickeys was my wife. Shout out the Mavs. No, I was is my wife though. She's the one who's made me the most hickeys, and the reason for that is because, I'm saying, right now we're not living together, but we did live together, and we did live together or whatever. To me though, personally, me to hickeys, when I see hickeys on somebody, sex doesn't automatically come to my mind. The reason for that, because we're in a whole different, generation now. It's 2019. It's about to be a new millennium, you know what I'm saying? So we're just in a whole new generation now. Like back in the day, like for instance, our parents and our grandparents, like to them, that's like disrespectful if you come home with a hickey on you, or like, because it's basically like more for a female, because for a female, it's like when a female has a hickey on her, automatically, grown people are like, oh my god, you had sex. And honestly, I could be straight up honest, half of the hickeys that I've had that my wife has left me, honestly, half the time it's like that had nothing to do while we were in bed or while we were having sex or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like literally we could have been at a park just chilling, or even like at the movies, and like I just got a hickey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my wife, she used to let me like put them on her, but then like there was a big old, like, there's a lot of people, like I said, that, like for instance, her mom was like, oh, that's nasty, blah blah blah. So like the whole damn ass lecture, you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of people automatically, they see a hickey and straight up off the back they're like, oh, you had sex, you got laid. Like that's not always gonna be the thing. Cause like I say, most of the hickeys that I have had, we could have been just chilling, even when we would be when we used to live together, we would just be chilling right there or whatever, talking, and next thing you know, I just had a hickey. Like it was not, oh my god, because we had sex. Like I said though, that back in the day, it was basically like, oh, you had sex if you had a hickey or whatever. But to me, I never, when I see people, I don't, that literally doesn't pop in my mind like, oh my god, they had sex. Because like I said, it's a whole new generation now, and just because you have a hickey doesn't mean that, oh my god, you got laid, or this and this and that. Like half of the time probably yes, but most of the time, like, I don't think so, because hey, I'm me, and a lot of people say too, like, I seem so serious, and that's just my face, that's just my face, like, that's just, I guess, my, like, that's just how I've always been, like, I look so serious. But honestly, like, when, I guess the one who could get the best out of me is my wife, because when I'm with her, guys, like, honestly, Me and her together, we're crazy, and we just don't give two F's because literally we could be so damn like, how can I say it? We can be freaks like in front of people, like not like that, but like we could be talking freaky and just not give a damn, you know. It's like, I don't give a damn, you know. At the end of the day, everybody does something, you know. It's not like, oh my god, they're not a freak or this and this and that. So me and her, we're like, well, I'm gonna use the word kinky more than a freak, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, we could be so damn kinky and we don't care. Like at the end of the day, that's just us, you know. And like I say, I'm more like funnier and stuff, like once you get to know me. But like if you just see me in the street, you're always gonna see me with like that face, like I look like I'm mad or something, but it's not even that. Like half of the time, like I'm literally just laughing or just tripping out, you know. And that's just crazy. Like we say, for instance, we could be in the store or whatever. We could be like in Victoria's Secret, or we could even be just at Walmart or Target, or in any store in general. And we're like in the bra section, and you know, they got the underwears, the thongs, and all this shit. I'll be the craziest to be like, hey, look, babe, this one looks good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't care. Like, every woman wears underwears or thongs, just like every man wears boxers or briefs. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what I think about. Like, you know, like a hickey. It just doesn't mean like, oh my god, like that's just my personal opinion though. Like half of the time too that I had them, it was like I usually tell her like, hey, leave me a hickey. You know what I'm saying? And then the last time she let me a hickey though was like, I believe I want to say like October or the beginning of November, I think. And it was crazy. I remember she let me one right here, and she let me one right here, and man, they were huge. It was nothing little; they were huge. And I walked into work, and right away they're like, "Dang, you got some like what? Like literally like what? We were literally just chilling. Like I didn't get nothing. You know what I mean? Like what? Like that's crazy how people automatically have that mindset to like, damn, they had sex. Like this dude got some cutty last night, you know what I mean? It's like, what the heck? Like, I just be tripping out though, y'all. Like, that should just be funny to me. Like, real talk, that should just be really wild and funny to me. Like, I'm just like, what, you know? And kind of too, though, too, like, as much as sometimes bad, I be wanting to, like, leave her some, but, like, at the end of the day, you know, we got 4 kids, and when they see that, they're just like, what happened to you right there? So it's just like, damn, you know, like, you know, we gotta sometimes, you know, when you have kids, you just have to we never done like left like each other hickeys in front of the kids. Like, no, we do this like on our own, on our alone time. Like, we never done it in front of the kids or none of that stuff, because of course, you know, we're not trying to teach our kids any of that stuff either. Because at the end of the day, every parent, you know, we want our kids to be better than us. And so yeah, you know, and you know, like our kids are like they're smart, like they catch on to stuff like in their own ways and stuff. So it's just like, dang, you know, we like I just feel like for my wife, it's just better like to not leave them to her, because like since they spend most of the time more with her. And so I'm like, nah, you know, because right now, you know, like, you know, we're trying to, you know, get them on the right track, on the right route. And especially right now, my wife is the one basically having to do all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, like I said, right now we're not living together. Because like she had lost her job, and then I had lost my job during the same time that we actually had our spot or whatever. And so yeah, it was just like, damn, like it was crazy. Like I think that was the most depressing time for both of us, because you know, when you're used to being with somebody, it's like, you know, you're gonna have to go back to your parents' house and shit's just gonna be completely different. And that's exactly what happened. And you know, right now, literally, I had surgery, and I was supposed to have a surgery on the 10th, but then they freaking called me on the 9th talking about that I needed that my insurance didn't cover it, and it was just a whole bullcrap mess, you know. So right now, you know, it's either I have to come up with $1,000, either quit my job or get another insurance. But the insurance is out of the picture because insurance enrollment for the Obamacare doesn't open up until November, so that's thrown out the window. So I only have two options: either quit my job and or you know, collect $1,000. And it's y'all don't think that's pressure on me? That is pressure on me like no tomorrow, man. Like no tomorrow. Like everybody keeps saying, no, you know, just have your faith, just keep praying, because you know, I do go to church now a lot. I go every Saturdays. I started going since January. My mom's been going already. My mom's been going for a couple of years now, and I've been going to church, whatever. And y'all might be like, why doesn't your wife go to church? At the end of the day, my wife's a Catholic, and the church my mom goes to is a Christian church. Like I told my wife, you know, if she ever wanted to change religions, that's cool. I will never change my religion because honestly, me growing up, I always considered myself just like, all I would ever say was, I never considered myself a Christian, but I always consider myself like, I just believe in God. Like that's it. I don't believe in nothing else but God. Like, do I believe there's a heaven and hell? Yes, I do. I believe there's a heaven and hell. And my thing too right now is just like, I feel like I told my wife, I just feel like now that I'm like actually, you know, trying to live, you know, for God and stuff more. Like I'm not gonna say I never did, but at the end of the day, I'm a sinner. But we all are sinners. None of us are perfect. Even though it's crazy because you have a lot of people, and most of the time they're Christians, that they think they're so perfect, but it's like you can't think you're perfect because one day or another you did one kind of sin. You know what I mean? Like ain't nobody perfect. I don't consider myself perfect. And like, you know, I talked to my pastor about like a lot of stuff, and he's just like, hey man, you know, at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, and you know, that's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like my pastor didn't say it is what it is. Well, I'm saying it is what it is because that's just what it is. So you know, I told my wife that, you know, I was planning to get baptized, and because I've never been baptized. And you see, damn, this is going from a hickey talk to religion talk, but I just want to make it clear out there, like the difference between Catholics and Christians. Okay, basically Christians, we just worship God. There's some Catholics though, don't get me wrong, because I know a few Catholics that go to Catholic churches, but they only worship God. But most of the percentage of Catholics, they worship like the Virgin Mary and all these other idols. And in the Bible, it tells you shouldn't worship any idol because God is a very jealous God. And you see, most Catholics, their belief is that, you know, a baby should get baptized. But in the Christian industry, it's like a baby has no sin, so a baby shouldn't get baptized. Because why is a baby gonna get baptized for it? I think, honestly, I'm not too sure, but I think in the Christian industry, I think you're allowed to get baptized. I believe is when you're 12 years old and up. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to ask my pastor that. I could be wrong, but I think it's 12 and up, if I'm not mistaken, or unless it's 11 and up. I'm not sure. But like babies, like, you know, what sin are they doing? If a baby was to pass away, it's automatically an angel. It has no sin because a baby can't even talk. A baby doesn't know right from wrong. Yeah, feel what I'm saying? So I never been baptized before. Like my mom was just like, no, like actually me and all my siblings have never been baptized before. So it was just like, you know, everybody's like, well, you never been baptized before, you know, that means you can't get married, that means you can't do this. Man, shit. I'm gonna make it happen one way or another, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I just thought I would bring y'all that, you know, to your attention, because I've been getting a lot of questions about that too, like what's the difference, and you know, everybody wanted to know, well, my wife is a Christian too or whatever. But see, my wife right now, she hasn't been to church. I don't think so. She hasn't been to church in a long time. But my wife does. She believes in God, and I talk to her about God. I tell her stories most of the time. I tell her stuff about like church and stuff. And she listens. She doesn't shut me down and be like, "Oh no, I don't want to hear it." Like, she never has shut me down from that. Like, my wife, I don't believe in the word friends, but my wife is like, she's like, she's she's my wife. She's the love of my life. She's my other half. She's my rock. She's my stone. She's my best friend. That's the only person that I can her and my mom are probably the only people that I could be like, oh, that's like my best friend. But my girl is like my best friend because I could tell her like my darkest secret. And I know my secret's gonna be safe with her. Because it's like at the end of the day, she's told me so many dark secrets of hers. And I'm just like, wow, like it's just crazy, but it's just true. And I don't believe in the word friends. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, can we be friends? Da da da. And it's like, first of all, if you're a female, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but at the end of the day, when I'm in a serious relationship, my wife, I literally have her letter tattooed on my ring finger. That for me is disrespectful talking to another woman or another girl, because especially like if you're trying to be my friend, because a lot of them, that's how they start off. I want to be your friend, but then they start trying to be flirtation, whatever. You're not gonna get me to be flirting with you, honestly, because I know my boundaries and I know my limits. But at the end of the day, the only woman I feel that I need in my life is my wife and my mother and like my sisters, whatever, and my nieces, whatever, grandmas, tias, whatever, aunts and stuff. But to be like, oh, I need a home girl, I need a friend who's a girl, da da da. Like, no, I'm sorry, but I don't even believe in guy friends, honestly. Like, that's just 100% me. And y'all could even ask, well, y'all can't really ask my wife, but she'll tell you straight up, like, this dude does not believe in the word friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knows that. I told her that from the get-go, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all were asking, how did we meet too? We know each other from high school. Like, we go way back like that, like a Kit Kat. Just to drop it low, because I already have made a video on this, actually, though, like how we met, da da da. But we know each other since we were in high school. But she was my cousin's best friend, and my cousin passed away 2 years ago, back in 2016, going on 3 years. December the 2nd will be 3 years. Her and my cousin were best friends or whatever, and I went to her house like, I believe 2 times with my cousin, and then after that, like, she hit me up, and from there we just hit it off, and shit just happened, and yeah, that's how it happened. And thank you to everybody who's been saying that we're a cute couple and da da da. And the reason I have her, like, the reason my intro starts off with me and her, because at the end of the day, like, that's the love of my life, like, even if she's not in my videos, doesn't mean I can't have her on my intro. Like, that's just to let everybody know, like, hey, you know what, I'm taken, so don't try to come at me with a flirtatious way, because it's not gonna happen. I have so much respect for my girl that it's just crazy. Like, don't try coming flirting at me. I'm not gonna say so much respect, because no, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying respect, and like, if somebody else tries to come and talk to me, that's what I mean. Because I have passed the line. A couple of months ago, I did pass the line. I had passed the line. Said some ugly stuff that I should have not said or whatever. But it was just, there was a lot just going on. The length of, this is one thing too, guys. When you're in a relationship, there has to be communication, because there ain't no communication, things just are gonna go 360 one way, one street to another street, and it's just gonna be zigzags, and you're just gonna keep bumping heads. Like, so if you ever have a problem, in your relationship, whether it's with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, just sit them down and be like, hey, you know what? This is bothering me. How can we fix this? I don't think this is cool. How can we fix this? Because 99% in relationships, that's what messes up a relationship, is that it shit goes 360 and it just collides and collapses, and yeah. But yeah, like I said, about the hickeys, to me, it ain't no big deal. Like, if I was to see, any of my supporters have a hickey, I'm not gonna point it out and be like, oh damn, you have a hickey. Probably I would do it just to be funny, but I wouldn't, like, trust me, the first thing that's gonna pop in my head is not gonna be like, oh my god, he had sex with his girlfriend, oh my god, she had sex with her boyfriend or with her husband. And yes, this is a 12 cup, because for all of my supporters that know, I'm a big time Seattle Seahawks fan, even though I stay in the dirty D. And by the dirty D, I mean Dallas, Texas. Hold on real quick, guys. Yeah, a lot of y'all know that I'm a big time Seattle Seahawks fan, and that's just me though. And y'all probably gonna be like, dang, bro, you're a Golden State Warrior fan, but you got a Mavericks hat. Hey, you gotta represent your city some way or another. And this hat is funny because I always have a lot of people that like this hat. This hat, I think it was like, this hat is so damn unique that I always have people trying to buy it off of me. And this hat literally costs $32 because it is right there. Hold on, guys. My bad. That was my wife messaging me. So, yeah, I always get people that want to buy this hat off of me, but I'm like, nah, this hat's too damn unique. Like, I literally bought this hat at the mall. It was at one of the hat stores, but I don't even remember. I don't remember what mall, and I do not remember what hat store. Like, I literally have a bad memory right now because I don't remember. But yeah, like I said though, man, if you ever have a hickey, if people talk crap to you, just let it be. If at the end of the day, even if it is a hickey and if you did have sex, like, at the end of the day, if you're old enough, like, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30, so I'm a grown ass man. If I want to have 50 hickeys on my neck, let me be. Like, at the end of the day, I think the thing about me, people talk so much crap about me and try to judge me, but you know what I do? I let them throw a curveball and I just I let it go one ear and come out the other, because at the end of the day, I'm still me, man. I'm still gonna continue to be me. Like, ain't nobody gonna change me. Ain't nobody gonna break me. The only one that could judge me is, the man up above, the king of all kings. But yeah, it's just crazy though. But anyways though, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and thanks for all the love and support. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if y'all want any other videos, just let me know what's up and I'll do them. And much love from the one and only, your boy MTZKING. With that being said, I'm out. Chill.